heart of the question is whether all Americans are to be afforded equal rights and equal opportunities.
I know you're asking today, how long will it take? Somebody's asking, how long will prejudice blind the visions of men? I come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment, yes, sir, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long.
I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear.
But don't scare Negroes today with no badge or no white skin or no white sheet or no white anything else. The police the same way. They put their club upside your head and then turn around and accuse you of attacking them.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
This is Seven the Slayer.
This is Jay Black.
We present to you Keith Latix, where every voice is heard.
Holla. What's going on, people? This is Jay Black, solo dolo today. Yeah, man. Episode 3, Thoughts of a Black Man. We have a lot of questions about that. The real thoughts of real men. What are we afraid of? What don't we know? The questions. You feel what I'm saying? Seven the Slayers out. You know, so Jay Black gonna do this thing by himself, y'all. Yeah, I'm sitting here smoking on a pre-roll Zittles. Nice and tasty. Cotton candy. Dang. Solo dolo. So, the question that I have, because I'm coming from a black man point of view, and why are men of color still afraid? This isn't 1950, this isn't the 60s, this isn't the 70s. But men are still afraid. We have reasons. We have thoughts. And for me, being in the 2020 with Kobe passing and coronavirus, and now Black Lives Matter movement. And what I say, or what I feel is, men are afraid because we do not want to die. Because it just seems like the end result never puts us in the right state of mind or the right place of life. And because we always find ourselves incarcerated or in a box. And it's like we don't have no other choice. We don't have an option. We don't even have a thought to most people. But that's one of those things where I was watching video on YouTube, and I was watching Question Bridges. I think I'm saying it right, y'all. Don't quote me. I'm bad with remembering certain things. I think it was Questions of Bridge Project, and it was several different men on there, and they were asking questions and they were answering questions. And every single thing that they said is true from a black man's point of view. You know, and it's sad that a black man has to wake up in fear every day because he don't know if he's gonna make it back. And that's very important because no one in the world should have to worry about if they're going to be able to make it back. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where you want to know why God didn't make life like this. So why is it put upon me? And I just feel like men don't talk about it because they're afraid to talk about it. Because of how other men will look at it. That's just my point of view. I'm not sure. You know. If I'm wrong, y'all that's listening, that's tuned in and everything, hit us up on the chat. Hit me up on the chat, I'm sorry. I'm used to having my co-hosts here. You know, Seven the Slayer, if you just tuned in, Seven the Slayer is gone today, y'all. So I'm here by myself. It's James Black. You know. But anything that I'm saying is not right or anything that I'm not putting in the right aspect, don't be afraid, don't be alarmed. Hit me up on the chat. We can have a conversation, y'all. You know. So the next one was, I was sitting back thinking, like, why is it that there are so many men of color not in the homes? Why is there so many women alone? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to understand this whole madness that we go through called life from a man's aspect. Because, you know, I understand the woman's struggle. You know, where, you know, it's similar. The only difference is that's a female and that's a male. That's the only difference because we go through the same issues and problems. You know, so at the same time, you know, that's always been the question. Like, everything that's been going on with everybody protesting, talking about Black Lives Matter and, you know, fight the power, you know, how I felt back in the day, that's what it feels like now. And this generation is making those changes and making those moves, you know. And the question is, are they the children or are they the product of the men that were not there? You know, why are the men not there? That's a big question. You know, so it's just the way life is, man. Sometimes I just don't understand it. You know, the way being mistreated, misled in certain situations, especially like when you get older as a man, and you think that you're supposed to be able to, things gonna be gravy when you graduate high school, you're just gonna go to college, you're gonna have good times in your 20s, but no one actually tell you like what you actually really gonna go through. And I feel like a lot of men get lost in what's supposed to be green on the other side that isn't green. Like, I feel like they get caught up in that circle. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's nothing wrong with being home. You feel what I'm saying? That's life. Life is home. Well-being. You know. You know, because, you know, happy Father's Day, early Father's Day to every man that's out there that support, take care of their kids, and they do what they do. You know, speaking about myself in this whole aspect, you know, having two baby mothers and getting married later, life was hard, you know. And with one of those things, I was determined because I was a child that did not have his father there. And I had my stepfather. But if anybody knows, growing up in the 80s, you know, the crack epidemic, you know, and that set off a lot of families and shit like that back in the day. So I'm just trying to understand from a man's perspective on that, like, why are some of the men not home? Why a lot of these kids, there's too many kids being killed out here. I'm trying to understand all this shit, you know. I remember watching on the news that the news would come on and they would say, at 11 o'clock, do you know where your children is, where your child is, or whatever? And I used to be able to say, yeah, I do. They're in the bed asleep, in the other room. And I remember shit like that. But it just seemed like somewhere in the midst, like they said, the bad apples, yeah, a lot of those bad apples are actually getting away. And those are still creating those bad atmospheres, you know? And it's just sad sometimes, man. It's just sad. Because a lot of these children don't ask to be here, you know, especially like with the domestic and the back and forth in front of the child and shit like that, yeah. Like a lot of the situations, like if both parties would sit back and just understand what's going on, they would be able to save their relationship and their child's future. Not saying there isn't any children out there that made it with a broken family. But it was hard. Period. Yeah, man. Who really has a black man's back? A man of color back when he's struggling or going through battle? Who really has their back? I see a lot of women talk about, you know, this is what they looking for and shit like that. And then you got others that use dudes for money and shit, just like with guys. But it's like, when are we going to start having each other's back? Because you can clearly see these questions being asked, but no one is responding. Or it's always some cliche of an answer. You know, let's really talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times, people don't like really saying truth. That's just to me. They're afraid to actually see what they actually did wrong. And that goes for both parties. Because just like with me, I wasn't right at all. But I made it. I had to fix myself in order to make it in life. Because you can't walk around doing the same old shit. What you was doing in your 20s, you can't do in your 30s. And what you do in your 30s, you can't do in your 40s. So that cycle goes around. Are y'all really ready for when everything's said and done? Are y'all really ready for freedom? Are y'all ready to really walk the walk and talk the talk shit? Because I see everybody, they on the bandwagon. I totally get it. Being a part of something righteous. Get it. But the question is, are you really about that? Are you really going to make the change like other people? Or some people? Or one person? Are you going to make the change? Because making the change costs a lot. They always say the easiest things to do are the baddest things to do. The hardest things to do in life are the right things to do. And I mean, I'm just saying, correct me if I'm wrong. Period. Why are people afraid of knowledge and success? Why is knowledge and success not the priority or the main idea of what they should be marching for? Passing the knowledge, information. Like, you gave us the blueprint. No details. No instructions. No icons. No nothing. I'm just saying. But knowledge and success. I mean, it's really simple. Because kids will run around the school all day long and clown a motherfucker because they smart. Like in the 80s. Nerds. The fuck is that? See, when people talk about making change, you gotta make a change. You can't half-ass the shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, small things are just like big things. They matter. So the little signs that you see, the shit really matters. Because you just can't change one generation. We have several generations of people on this earth that minds have to get corrected. Are you willing to make that change? That's just my thoughts as a black man. Because people are afraid of knowledge and success. Everyone would take the easy way out and shit basically give it to them. There's more people that end up being wealthy because family passed down some money to them. But when you look at the poor neighborhoods, majority of the time, they don't get shit passed down to them but debt. I'm just saying. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Jay Black, correct me, y'all. Cotton candy, y'all. That's what I'm smoking. Shit good as shit. I don't like cotton candy, though. And some raw bagel with some keef on the outside. It's like a salted pretzel. And a little bit of butter. A young brother said in this video, how can a man of color try to live right, but turn around, he has all these bad things around him? And I sat back and I looked at that video and I'm trying to answer that question. Because a lot of the times, a lot of these people that end up having backgrounds and probation and just being locked up, majority of the time ask them, how did you get started? It's always gonna be some fucked up shit. But at the same time, the boy asked a nice question. How can you live right but all the bad shit around you? Your environment, the schools you go to, the neighborhoods, the type of people that you're around. It's very hard to actually find somebody just like you. I'm just saying. Some people will actually block themselves out of some of the outside world. But they end up having problems too, like everyone else. So that's really not an answer for that. To tell you, keep your head up and just keep moving forward. Keep walking straight. That really ain't the answer either. Those are the regular answers that someone, or advice that someone will give someone. Just for that. You know, so at the same time, it's like you just can't give them no regular shit. It's going to be so hard for him to not give in than it is to give in. Because for the simple fact that he's going to work so hard, but he got to have the patience. He got to have the drive. But it's going to be so hard because of the temptations. And if your mind isn't ready for the battle, your spirit and your body isn't needed. I'm just saying, y'all. Thoughts of a black man. Jay Black. This the nice jam right here. Yeah, man. That was a question I had when I think I was like 23. Going through some changes. Looking for myself, trying to find myself, trying to understand who I was. I brought 2 lives into this world, and it just felt like everything was against me. You feel what I'm saying? My back was against the wall. Like, I was afraid to meet new people because you had to start all over. And then that means you gotta go through that trial and error bullshit. You know? But they say it's a part of life, and you gotta keep going through it and keep going through it until you get it right. Sometimes that fucking fight fall fucking hurts. But at the same time, why is it sometimes a woman of color is so mad at the man of color? And the only reason why I asked that shit, I mean, y'all can see it. YouTube, World Star, you feel what I'm saying? All those little platforms, blogs and shit like that. You see more boxing matches in the streets than you actually see on pay-per-view. I'm just saying, y'all. Women fighting like niggas now, or like men now. Sorry. I'm trying my best not, to cut back on the N-word. But at the same time, men, we exposing ourselves, women exposing themselves like everything's on camera. You feel what I'm saying? It's like we don't have no foot in front of the other one. There's no discipline. There's no, wait a minute, not this one. I get you on the next one. You feel what I'm saying? And people are getting embarrassed in certain situations. Like, I watched one video, dog, World Star shit. Fucking, the girl came to the girl house with all her fucking family. I lie to you not. She talked a big game, standing in the streets, and this had to be down south because it wasn't like some up north shit. At the same time, Shorty was talking a good game, and you heard Auntie in the background like, whoop my ass. Next thing you know, Shorty did that. The embarrassing part was Shorty pissed on herself and everything. You saw her squirt out. No. I'm just saying, y'all. Why are we so mad? Why is it so hard for us just to have the conversation and understand what's going on? I'm just saying, y'all. I mean, it's just basic questions that we see every day. The question is, are y'all ready to talk about it? We need to talk about it. Like, life is important. Life isn't, the definition of life doesn't have a race on it. The definition of life doesn't give these people to say what I can and what I can't do. Life is built off of the higher power creating life that gives us the ability, the higher power. I'm just saying, y'all. Like, I'm just gonna let y'all know, I'm afraid. I was driving today, went to my oldest son's graduation. I was with my cousin, we just driving. I'm in the county, but I'm driving normal, whatever the case may be. But 2 times, fucking police, came out something. Instantly. In my mind, it was like, oh no. Like I started preparing already before this shit even happened. No human being, race or color, I don't give a damn should feel like that. So if I feel like that, you can imagine how the people felt that actually died through this shit. On top of the simple fact of lynching. Come on, man. Are you serious right now? Lynching? Look, lynching. Listen, real shit. Black people are being hung in these areas. People can't be mad when colors, when you're actually being seen and you're showing your true self. Because when you like 30 something, 40 something, and you sound like you're 16, that's a problem. I'm not racist. I'm just pointing the facts out. For example, Donald Trump. I point that shit out. No man in history has ever presidents. And I don't agree with the lineup of presidents that we had in this country. But for this one, takes the cake. Just being real. Because when you sit back and look at a man that tweets, that's worried about big businesses, that's worried about the dollar, there's a problem. You can't take the money with you. You only here as long as you're here. I'm just saying. Lynching though? Come on, man. Look, y'all complaining about marching, right? Y'all complaining about people looting, right? You know how big brother, little brother keeps antagonizing little brother. So the little brother go get some hot water and throw it on the big brother because he keep antagonizing. But the big brother's just playing. Little brother didn't find that funny. So we never found none of this bullshit funny. So and people waking up in the next morning to people being hung. 5 people being hung. What statement are you putting out there? Y'all ready for bullshit? Like, I'm just saying, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're tuning in, you listening. There's a chat. There you can put some questions up there. You can say what you need to say. You know. But if I'm wrong, correct me. I mean, when you look at women, I watched a documentary where I had to watch a white lady describe the fact of basically what a black person was. And what she described remind me of the stories I used to hear of, you know, before the 80s, because I was born in 1980. Summer of Sam, Ted Bundy, the dude that blew up the building in Oklahoma. I mean, the only one we had was the DC sniper shit. But it's not a race. There's a problem because you end up making these things up. There's something psychologically wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? They always say, do dirt, and they come to the light. And it damn sure came to the light, I'm just saying. For everything that's going on, a black man's thoughts. I think about so much. You know, 4 children, turning 40. I'm a husband, you know, and when I have to go to work, I have to do certain things. Yes, it's hard. Sometimes it scares you. Sometimes it takes over. Like I had a close friend. The job started stressing him out. It was fucking with him. You feel what I'm saying? And he's not alone in that shit. Because I was there. You know? Like the workplace be fucked up. If any of y'all are listening, when you check out on Amazon, America to Me, a great documentary about this high school. If y'all seen it, look, man, I loved it. You know, to look at every side's point of view and to understand where these children come from, because I came from where it was predominantly black. I had to worry about other shit. Getting my ass kicked, not getting clowned, being joked, being this and that. So at the same time, not only do black people have to worry about white people, but we also have to worry about our own kind. And it's fucked up. So when you gotta walk around with that bulletproof vest on like that, you gotta be strapped, armed, and ready to go every single day. So when you wake up, it's like workout. It's stressful. And then we also have to worry about police stopping us, some shit happening from work to home and home from work. Every day. Terrified. Only thing I just want to do is just make it home. That's it. Because people play life as if it is a game. And life has never been a game. You only get one life. You don't get a chance to pause. You can't reset. You can't change the game. You in this motherfucker. I'm just saying. But yeah, happy Father's Day to all the men that do their job every single day to the fullest, y'all. We are the role models for the younger generation. I remember watching the rise of men stepping in and taking the children and raising them. So, shout outs, big outs to y'all, man. Big ups. We don't really get praise like, we always had this conversation. Mother's Day and Father's Day is two different holidays. And I just don't get it. Like, when they say, are you ready for change? The question that I have is, are we really going to change? Or is this just another day? But I'm Jay Black. Happy Father's Day. And I will catch y'all next time. Holla.